Look in the chilies. Ew, I don't.
That's my favorite.
We're back! Why am I so short?
Have you ever done a video? Yeah, you did a singing video song, right?
What?
You did a singing video song. I was gonna ask if you've ever done a video song.
Oh yeah, I did one with Lauren. One of my
But like
teammates.
besides that, have you ever done like a talking video with anyone else?
I don't think so.
It's the first!
Which one's mine? I think that one's mine. No, that one's mine. No. How much did you drink?
This one's yours.
Okay, thanks. Stay hydrated, kids!
Hydrate or dihydrate!
That's a fact.
Look at how big my muscles are getting. I'm not even kidding. Are you ready, kiddos? Watch your face.
I just heard something pop. That's not good.
That's my throat! What are you doing?
I don't know. I need to calm down. I am not. Why did you do that? I cannot. I'm trying to hold it in.
Right.
I have to introduce you too. I never even did that. How do I do it? My name is Ellis Joel, and this is my best friend Ashley.
This video is for any of you high schoolers and incoming freshmen, and today we're going to be talking about what we didn't expect our first year of college.
The first one is classroom and assignments.
For me, honestly, so I'm a biology major, and Elise is
Phys ed, physical education.
Yeah. For me personally, I was really overwhelmed with the amount of homework and the classwork because it was a lot different than in high school. I was really expecting it to be I knew it was gonna be harder, but I didn't know how hard it was gonna be, so that was kind of a shock to me.
For me, being a future teacher, it's not hard. I mean, the gen ed stuff is pretty difficult because, everyone has to take it, and depending on what you're really good at is how easy or hard it's gonna be. For me, I'm not good at math and I had to take math, and I didn't do as great in that class as I did, say, in college writing. But my major classes, it was easier for me because it was pretty basic stuff. It's just how to teach in the classroom or general methods in the classroom, how to proper disciplines for students who don't do their schoolwork or things like that. It wasn't really hard, it was just a lot of work, very time consuming, and that's pretty much what happened with assignments. The classwork wasn't that bad, it was just sometimes it could be very boring because the teacher would just go on and on and on. And sometimes it could be very exciting, so it really just depends on the classes you take and your majors.
Dorms or living, the policies, the rules that go along with that. The dorms, it's a different experience just having a ton of girls on your floor and just people you can just walk over to your neighbor's house, or Elise is across the hall from me, so I could just swing in whenever.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun, super fun, having an RA, that was really cool. And then every night our RA would come in my room and she'd be like, sweet dreams.
Oh my god.
Ruth, always in my heart.
She's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So
Yeah.
I thought I like dorm living.
The only downside I think to our dorms is because our university is pretty small. It's a private school, so the dorm living isn't big quarters. It's just a pretty small room, and then you share a community bathroom. Our dorm was the newer dorm because there's 2 girl dorms for freshmen on our campus. It's just a little small, the rooms for 2 people, but I think overall the experience was really good because we both had good roommates, and even though obviously you're living with someone and you see them all the time, you're gonna bicker and argue and fight sometimes. It really depends on how you handle the situation with your roommate, is how it's gonna go for you during the year when you're living with someone. Because some people, if they don't have siblings, it's really hard to get used to living with another person. Or if you're really if you're the same person, the same personality, sometimes you butt heads a lot, so that was really hard for some people. Other than that, the college experience in a dorm I love it. Having girls next to me and having Ashley across the hall from me, or any of my other girls down the hall from me, was really nice. The only other downside is that you're living so close to people, and sometimes when people are just taking naps or sleeping, they don't realize that it's really easy to hear people from different rooms, you gotta just be careful about like how loud you are and things like that, so you don't like bother anybody else. But I mean, other than that, I loved living in dorms. Like, I'm excited for next year. The third thing is making friends. Making friends in college, it really depends on your personality and who you really meet the first time. Like, when I went to orientation with my roommate from last year, we are both very outgoing people. Kind of a little different in a lot of aspects, but we were very similar as that we were both really open and like talkative. And so when we were at orientation for Olivet, we met a lot of people, just the two of us, and we just talked to random people or like people we met on like Instagram or the Facebook page. And it was easy for us to just talk to people. A lot of fun making friends that way. But then when we moved in the first day, since we already knew a lot of people from orientation and people kept branching out, like that's how we made even more friends. Because the people we talked to at the time, I don't know how to explain this. Like the people we talked to at orientation also had other friends in other groups that they met, like in sports or like theater, choir, band, something like that. And then that's how we made other friends. I actually met Ashley because her roommate Kayla is also one of our other really good friends. She actually introduced us to me and my roommate to Ashley. So that's how Ashley and I became friends.
For me, like, so I missed orientation, so I didn't know anyone coming into college. I had met, like, I'm on the basketball team, so I had met like a few teammates, and that was about it. I hadn't even met my own roommate before the first, like, till move-in day. So that was kind of scary for me going in not knowing anybody. But my roommate herself, like, she's very outgoing. I am too, but I'm like a social introvert is what I like to call it. Like, I'm social, but like at first, like, I'm kind of out, like, offstandish, and like I want to be by myself. So like I just kind of like tag team with my roommate, and like she helped like introduce me to people like Elise, and I met a lot of friends that way. So it was really helping like for me to get like a base and like kind of get out there a little bit. So that was really helpful for me.
Yeah. The one thing when you're making friends in college is you can't be afraid to branch out, and like you have to get out of your comfort zone, because if you stay like in your room all the time, it not only affects your mood, it also affects your schoolwork and just like the whole like outlook you have on your school. Because if you're just staying in your room all the time, you're gonna get like depressed and you're gonna hate it. But if you actually go out there and try to make friends, that's what's really gonna make your college experience very, you know, a lot better than you expected.
Yeah, and you have to realize that like your freshman year, especially those first couple weeks, like everyone's trying to make friends. So it's not weird to like go up to someone and like, hey, like you want to go get lunch? Or I made friends like the last week of school. So like you can always make friends, but it's really easy to like kind of get out there like that first week for sure.
Yeah. Maybe like a little compliment would even be an easy conversation starter. Like if someone has the same like clothing style as you, like fashion sense, you can go up to that girl or that guy and just be like, hey, like I really like this outfit or your shirt or something, and then that's a way to kind of get into conversation to make a new friend.
Next one is sports. So I'm on the like women's basketball team, and Elise is on the swim team. So we both have like different environments with that. For me, I really loved my first year on the basketball team. My teammates were great. My coaches, seriously,
I love your coach.
My coach is seriously like the greatest woman you'll ever meet. So I have a really good environment there. It was really helpful for me to like really get out there and like meet new people too, and really branch out. Overall in sports, like it helps you to like build character as well. So I think that just really helped me too, and to have other people that you know really care about you and are there to support you for sure.
That's one of the best things that ever happened to me, was joining the swim team. I've been swimming for like, I don't even know how long. I think I started when I was like 8 or 9, and I was on the same swim team, club team, like my whole entire life, and my high school swim team. And then when I went to college, it was a lot different because I didn't really know anyone. Because growing up, I knew everyone on my team. And but my college swim team, like the guys and the girls practiced together, so it was a lot more of a different environment for me because I wasn't used to that. I don't know, I loved the swim team. Like the people there are honestly so amazing. They were so sweet and accepting to me, and I love the coaches. My only reason that I would say it wasn't the best season ever was because I think it was halfway through the season, my grandma died, and so I left for like a week and a half to go to France for her funeral. And when I came back, it just wasn't the same. Like my mindset wasn't the same, and I was out of shape. Like that little amount of time, like even a few days can get you really out of shape, especially in a college sport. And so when I came back, it was hard to get back into it, and my motivation wasn't the same. So after that, like, it was just really hard to find the motivation to go to practice. And I got sick a lot, and I just didn't sleep very well. So at the end of the season, I didn't perform how I really wanted to. And I felt like I kind of disappointed my coaches and everything and my teammates. But, you know, I finished the year out and I really tried my best. And I'm still deciding on whether I'm coming back to the swim team or not this year. I'm thinking about taking a year off just to figure things out. But honestly, like, the swim team at Olivet was just amazing. The Coach Scott honestly pushed everybody so hard. He always tried to help everybody. And Coach Diana, who's the assistant coach, she was really good at dry land practices. She knew a lot what she's talking about. She's super fit. And then the GA Christian helped a lot. I was just really appreciative to have all those people in my life that I got to meet. So yeah, I'd say definitely sports. The only thing is that, like, it's very time consuming. It takes a lot of time out of your day because of practices. And so you have to really learn how to manage your time with classes and, you know, practices and homework and, like, social life. So you kind of really have to figure it out and balance everything. The fifth thing is the food in college. It's okay. I mean, our school uses Sodexo as our food. It's actually not the best food. It's not, like, horrible. It's not like I'm eating cardboard, but it's not the best quality of food because obviously, like, in a college, you have to mass produce, how do you say this? Like, mass produce basically all this freaking food. And, you know, that means it's, like, already pre-made, it's already boxed or frozen, then you just have to reheat it, or, like, you know, it's just, like, the pizza, say, for example, the pizza at Olivet, I mean, it wasn't the greatest. Like, it kind of felt like when I was eating the cheese, it felt like rubber. So
I only had it once, that kind of scared me. But, like, they always had French fries. That was the go-to. Like,
French fries.
You don't like what they have in mainline? You don't like what they have in the stir fry? Get you some French fries.
Honestly.
Okay.
French fries, honestly.
Yeah, they also always had hamburgers and chicken sandwiches. Okay, but
salad bar.
Yeah.
Oh,
salad bar.
Red Room.
Ice cream machine.
Yep.
Let's go. Except for freshmen, don't let it get to you because, like, that'll hit you hard. Okay. Yep. That'll hit you hard. Yeah, but we did have Red Room.
Yes.
Which is, like, in the basement, like, underneath, like, our regular, like, cafeteria. And it was, like, kind of like a Subway, but for salads. So you go in line, and, like, the ladies will ask you what you want in your salad, and you can, like, pick it out. And that's what I ate every single day for lunch.
Yeah, me too.
And some days for dinner, too, because it's nice, it's to go, it's quick and easy. So Red Room? Honestly, Red Room is my
go-to.
Yeah.
Go-to is Red Room. If you go to Olivet Nazarene University, let us know if you really liked Red Room more than going to Nesbitt or going to the cafeteria, because they give you the box of salad. They give you the choice of whether you want cranberries, tangerines, cucumbers, peppers, corn, quinoa, cheese, like all these different, like, you know, what's it called? Choices. And then you have, you know, grilled chicken, or you just have shrimp, or you have popcorn chicken. Popcorn chicken is the best. Honestly, their popcorn chicken, that's the only meat I think I've ever eaten at Olivet. Like, I tried to eat stuff from the main cafeteria, not so good. But the popcorn chicken is the best. And then they add the salad dressing. They have a bunch of options. And then you also get a breadstick, a cookie, or an apple, and then you get a drink. So it's really, really fast, really easy. Just go, grab it, and then you can go to the library, go to your room, go to the rec, anywhere to go eat it. Only downside to the main cafeteria is you can't take any food out with you unless it's like an apple or a banana. So that's the only downside. And then they also have Nesbitt. So, like, I mean...
Yeah, Nesbitt is just kind of like nothing great. Like, like a sub sandwich that's like this small, or you can like it's nice sometimes if you want to take something to go. It was really nice for us because it was like right by Parrot, which was our dorm. So that was super nice and easy. Like, you could walk like 3 steps and be there. So that was nice. If you're like tired of salads, or if you don't want to socialize and eat in the main cafeteria like I did most of the time, which is why I got Red Room a lot, because I like to be myself.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
It's pretty good.
It's not that bad. It depends on the kind of subs or like wraps they have there. They have side salads. They have, you know, so basically they either have like a buffalo chicken wrap or like a turkey wrap, and then they have like a sub, like Italian or like a turkey sub, like things like that, American sub. Then it'll come with like a side, like a fruit cup, pudding, like what else did they have? They had yogurt, and then they either had
soup?
They had soup
They had
sometimes
soup
for their
there, too.
sides. Yeah, they had soup. And then they also had...
I never had it though, so.
Yeah, the soup, I don't know. I was kind of scared to try it.
I
But
always got like a salad and then like a sub.
Yeah.
And then like a cookie.
yeah, you get
So-
either chips or a cookie, and then you get a drink again. So it's kind of like Red Room. It's just, the Red Room is just salad. So that's the one thing about it. But, I mean, other than that, the food isn't that bad. Like, people think that it's either super duper good or it's so horrible. No, it's like, I think it's kind of in the middle a little bit. Like, it's not
Yeah.
bad, but it's not the best.
And the next one is vibe/environment. Our school, Olivet, I think, in my opinion, everyone is so friendly. So we go to like a Christian school. So I honestly feel like it's very like faith-based. And like I said, everyone just seems really kind there and friendly. Everyone's always smiling. Literally,
Yeah.
if you're like even near a door, like people will stand there for like 5 minutes waiting for you to come, which is kind of awkward.
That was me.
That's kind of awkward, but they do
Yeah.
it anyways because everyone's just super caring and nice.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, college is so much different from high school. I went to a really small high school, and college for me was kind of a shock because I'm not used. Like I graduated with a class of like 50, and then now I'm
Yeah.
going to like a school where there's like
I think there's like, how
few
many?
thousand. There's like 4,000.
There's like
3,000.
3,000 for undergrad, like total.
It's a small campus
Yeah.
for college, but like for me,
It's perfect.
yeah, it's pretty good.
I think the one thing that I really noticed was when I went to Olivet, like Ashley said, everyone's super friendly. I noticed that the guys mostly though, almost every single one of the guys that I've ever encountered have either been super sweet and super friendly, and they always, I don't think I've ever had a guy never open a door for me. Like every single guy I've ever seen like holding a door every single guy has opened a door for me. I kid you not. I feel like everyone does that on campus. Everybody opens doors for each other, or you know, if they accidentally like drop something or like to help each other out. And it's, yeah, the vibe I think it's a good vibe, and the campus is honestly so pretty. It's obviously, like Ashley said, it's super small, but I think it's a good size to where it's not too overwhelming for people who might have anxiety for too many people being around. Like, it's just enough. So you'll run into a lot of people that you see, like maybe in your classes, like you see the same people, but everything's super close, which is good for walking distances. We don't have to, you know, ride a bus to go anywhere. During the spring and the fall, I think it's the prettiest. Like the grass is so green.
It's such a pretty campus.
Yeah, they have a lot of trees around campus, and it's around like the neighborhoods. It's super, I think it's super pretty. The other thing is like the size. Obviously it's only 3,000 people. So 700 pretty much per class. That's a lot of people, right? Is that right? I feel like that's
750.
wrong. We have a huge chapel because since our school is religious, like Ashley said, we have to go to chapel twice a week. And the chapel, when we walk in, it's super beautiful. It's really big. There's about, I think, 3,500 seats. So if that tells you anything, it's not that big, but when you go there, it actually seems pretty big when you go to chapel. So
Next one is tuition. Our school is pretty pricey.
yeah,
Like
it's a private school.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
I think for me it was like it helped out a lot because I have a scholarship for basketball. For me it's better, but it is an expensive school. It really pays off for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks that I'm gonna be in a little bit of debt, but aren't we all?
Yeah.
So
College is expensive. No matter
Yeah.
where you go, you gotta get the money. If you're going to a school that's a private school, it's probably best that you apply for as many scholarships as you can find. Like even like the weirdest things you could find, like scholarships you can find, is totally worth it. For me, it wasn't as expensive as I thought it was gonna be for me because of a scholarship I received, but I still have to pay room and board. So, and room and board itself is kind of expensive for the living quarters, but you know, all of it's a growing campus. Yeah, so if you're planning on going to Olivet or any kind of private school, make sure that you start early looking for those, you know, scholarships so you can pay off, so you don't have to have as much debt when you graduate. The next thing is parking. Now, parking is really difficult at Olivet. I wish they would make it a little easier, but it's not as bad because, like I said, it's a small campus, so the walking distance isn't that bad. It's just like the parking is dispersed all over campus, and it's very confusing where you can park. I remember when I got my parking pass, I parked by the chapel and on one side, and I didn't know we weren't allowed to park on that side. And I was parking there like all semester. And then one night, I remember I was going out with friends, and I went to my car, and literally half the parking lot had tickets on their windshields. All of those people were like freshmen. Nobody told us at orientation or when we were getting our parking tickets that we couldn't park right next to the chapel on this one side. We had to park like by the football field or like in the very back of the desert.
And that speaks for itself.
Yeah, like
it's in the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. Literally, I think it's by the like softball fields, right? Or the baseball field. It's really far out there. And then there's parking by one of the buildings called Weber by the rec. You can only park there during the day unless you're staff. Like, you'll get ticketed overnight if you keep your car there, unless you're like an RA or something or an RD. Parking is all over the place. So I would say if you bring a car, just make sure you ask specifically where you can park so you can avoid those tickets. Because each ticket is $25. And the more you rack those up, it's no bueno. It's not good. So yeah.
The next one is school pride.
I think sporting events for sure are super duper hyped up. Football games.
I think it could be better.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Football games are definitely, basketball games, football games, baseball games are like the main sports I feel like that get a lot of attention. And
even those could be,
yeah.
I don't know.
It just depends on your outlook on sports or even like theater or like choir band, marching band, because I feel like at the beginning of the year it's so hyped up, and then as the year goes on it's kind of dying down a little bit. Like, it's not as intense as it used to be. Like at the beginning of the year we had Ollie's Follies. Ollie's Follies honestly was so fun. Like, not everybody went, but basically Ollie's Follies is Ollie's Follies is basically each class has their own color, and what they do is they have wacky games, they have like a variety show, and they have like all these events, like a movie night. Like, it's basically at the beginning of the year, they just have all these fun activities at the beginning of the year for all the students. And that's like honestly the most pride I think I've seen at Olivet, which is great. So it shows you at the beginning of the year how really into it they can be. But you know, as the school year goes on, you have to focus more on school and like your sport or like your hobbies or whatever, if you have any. Again, theater, choir, marching band in general, like being in those is really time consuming and it's really difficult. Like, those people are so talented. I don't even know. It really just depends on the time of year and what you're involved in. The last one are the school rules and policies. Now, the dress code, okay, I think it could be a little better.
Okay, so let me speak here.
Oh boy.
Okay. Technically at Olivet, you can't wear leggings.
But you can only wear leggings actually if your front and your back are covered.
What's the point?
What's the point?
Next!
Seriously though, like leggings, I think that's kind of I mean, I understand where they're coming from. I think at least
we are in college though. Like, we're adults.
Like, you can't wear leggings sometimes. I feel like it's been a little bit more lenient this year. You know, like it wasn't as strict, I feel like. I thought it wasn't as strict.
Yeah.
But it depended on the person.
I wore leggings.
Yeah, I wore leggings all the time. You know, being an athlete, you don't want to wear jeans every day. You wear sweatpants and leggings. Like, that's your go-to. And sometimes people just don't even like dressing up, and that's just what they like because, you know, they're too tired or too busy to even like think about dressing up or anything like that. I think it's really annoying though when you go to work out, you have to like cover yourself when you're walking to the rec, and then when you're in the rec, you're fine. It's just kind of ridiculous because, you know, not everybody has shirts that are long enough to cover sometimes. It's good because it, you know, promotes modesty, but at the same time I feel like it's, you know, not the greatest rule. I don't know. It depends. It really depends on the situation and the type of people.
I just think it's kind of a stupid rule because, like, I'm just trying to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to show off my butt. I'm just trying to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So
I understand, like, the spaghetti straps. It's kind of like a high school dress code, honestly. Like, it's pretty much like that. But it's not as strict, I feel like. It's a lot more lenient.
The other thing is that we can't wear shorts to class.
Yeah, that, oh my gosh.
Okay, listen. Okay, you can wear shorts on campus, but you can't wear them to class.
Nope.
Okay.
Even boys in your long shorts.
Listen. So, when you go to class, and it's freaking 90 degrees outside,
Yep.
and you have to walk all the way across campus in jeans, that ain't fun. Like, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to sit in a hot classroom in jeans. Like, we want to wear shorts, okay?
Like, I'm sweating my butt
Like,
off
girls,
when I get
we
there.
can wear dresses, like, that's fine, but, like, guys have to wear jeans, like,
Or like pants.
I
like
mean,
khakis,
you guys
like,
can wear skirts or something. Olivet probably won't like that either because it's Olivet. But, you know, I wore shorts to class sometimes, like basketball shorts.
When it was like really hot, some professors were okay with it because obviously they understand. I think the shorts rule is kind of outdated. I understand if it's like booty shorts, yes, definitely that's a no. Or mini skirts, that's a no. Like the ones that are like right under your butt. But if you're wearing like, you know, basketball shorts for guys or like khaki, like cargo shorts, it doesn't matter. Or girls who are wearing, you know, longer shorts that go to their fingertips, I think that should be fine. Hopefully it'll change within a few years, maybe even this year. Chapel, okay. So like I mentioned before, chapel is every week, it's twice a week. And if you can only miss 3 times, if you miss more than 3 times, you get a $25 fine. I think you actually might get a warning before the $25 fine, right?
Yeah.
I think you get a warning, and then after like the 5th time you miss, without like having an excuse like a death in the family, or you're in the hospital for like surgery or something, or very sick, that's the only excuses you can have. If you miss more than 4 times, you get fined $25, and the more you miss after that, you keep getting fined, and it just racks up all these fees, and you don't want to do that. So if you don't like going to chapel, if you don't enjoy that kind of thing, or if you're really lazy in the morning and don't want to get up, you might want to rethink. You have to understand and you have to know the rules, because a lot of people, I feel like, left campus, they transferred because they didn't read the rules when they first came to school, and then when they found them out, they were just like, what the heck?
Or they thought that they could do it.
Yeah.
They thought they could obey the rules, but
Yeah.
it was just too much for them.
You really have to know what your limits are, and like you have to know what to expect at a religious school, and you have to read these rules, because if you don't read the rules, then you're gonna be totally caught off guard and your college experience is gonna go down. So, and then also alcohol and marijuana use. Alcohol on campus, you don't drink alcohol at all.
And like a lot of times at other schools, it's like, yeah, we're an alcohol-free campus. Like, we don't do that, but they still do.
Yeah,
Like when we say like we're like we don't do that, like we don't do that. Even if you're of age, you can't go to a bar nearby and drink. Like,
yep,
that's not allowed. You're not allowed to drink at home. Like,
even
if
with
you
your
are
family,
enrolled to Olivet, you're not allowed to drink for the next 4 years. Like, if you get caught, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So
I think the first thing is that you get suspended for 3 days, and then you get expelled if you do it again with another offense, I think. I don't know. It really depends, but I know a lot of like people who got caught drinking and they just got suspended for like 3 days, and then they were able to come back to campus. So it just, even if they were 21 and over, you're not allowed to drink. Even the professors, like some of them,
they're not
allowed to drink either. So
because it's the professors, coaches are not allowed to drink either.
Yeah. When you graduate, you can do whatever you want. You're not part of the school, but you have to understand that rule. Once you sign the papers and everything, you have to understand that if you get caught with these things, it could really cost you a lot. So you could get kicked off your team if you're in a sport, or like your scholarship could be taken away from you if you're in like band or something. Like, you just have to be really careful with that. Marijuana use, not as common as alcohol, I feel like, in college. I think it really just depends on the person. Yeah, at our college it's not as common. If you use any sort of drugs at all, including marijuana, you are gone. They expel you right away off the bat. You can try to fight it, but you most likely won't win. There have been people that got kicked out of the university for being caught with marijuana. You know, the police come and they search you, and all these things are going to be on your record. So you have to take that in mind, that, you know, when you're searching for a job, people are going to check your record, your background. You're going to have a background check. So if they see that on your record, you know, they might not want to hire you or things like that. So you just have to make sure that you don't do these things. Don't be stupid, you know, you got to make sure that you know the rules. I'm going to keep saying it over and over. Know the rules. Don't be stupid about using drugs. And drugs are bad for you anyway, so yeah, no bueno. Fines at the school are kind of high. Like I said before, parking, if you park in the wrong spot, you get a $25 fine, and each time you keep getting tickets, you get fined $25. Kind of like chapel, if you miss it, you rack up those fines to $25. I don't really know any other fines. Like,
Technically.
oh, and the dorms. Don't you get fines for being late?
Yeah, you can
We
get
had
fined for
curfew.
being late. Like, if you're not obeying the dress code, like, you can get fined.
Yeah,
but they'll probably give you warnings first.
Most
like,
people give warnings.
I don't think I know anyone that's gotten fined for that.
Yeah, pretty much every single fine is pretty much $25 at the start, and it just racks up the more you do it. If you're late to your dorm, so we have curfew in our dorms, and for freshmen, it's a lot earlier. It's like what, midnight during the week, and then on the weekends it's 1. We have to be in our dorms by those times.
And you can fill out a late pass and it extends an hour.
Or like you're sleeping over somewhere. Upperclassmen dorm rooms, it's not as late, I think. No, I think it's late, just like an hour later than the freshmen's curfew. And then once you get into the apartments, it's I think even later curfew, just by another hour. So it does suck that we have curfews because, you know, we're in college. I think we should be allowed to, you know, hang out with our friends if we want to be out late. Like, I mean, obviously we can't like go to parties or whatever. Oh, open dorms. Okay, the one thing I don't like is how open dorms for freshmen was only once a week for girls and once a week for guys. So that's 2. But seriously, like, girls' dorms only had 1 open dorm in the night. It was like what, Thursday nights from like 7 to 11 was open dorms for girls in the girl dorms. And then for guys, it was also once a week. It was on Tuesday nights from 7 to 11, which I think is kind of ridiculous. Like, again, we're adults. Like, I understand, like, it's really hard to like watch people because people can, you know, get a little frisky. But I mean, we're adults. I think we can handle ourselves. They're trying to, you know, be there for our safety and things, which is, I love the fact that they want us to be safe, you know, girls and guys. I just think it's kind of annoying because it's a small campus, so there's not really much you can do on campus where you can hang out because everyone's either in the lobbies where you want to be or at the rec. You know, it's just really difficult to find a place to hang out if you don't have money. But I mean, apartments, the open dorms, they have more days, I think, with open dorms and more hours because they have more privileges. But I think curfew should not be a thing. Going to college, we didn't expect these things, and when we got there, it just kind of changed the aspect of it. If you go to public school, it's definitely going to be different.
Live your life up.
So have fun. Doesn't matter where you go, what college you go to, the environment, anything. Like, what's the most important part is that you have fun, you try to make friends, you don't slack on your schoolwork, and you just try your hardest. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you want any more advice or real talk about anything. Also, comment down below any other video ideas you have for me to do. Make sure you subscribe by clicking either the icon in this corner, or you can also subscribe down below, and make sure you click the little bell next to the subscribe button to know whenever I post new videos. Also, special thank you to my best friend for being in this video. She literally drove like 4 hours. I mean, she's going to see your grandma. That's the main reason why she came up here. So, I mean, go make sure to follow her freaking social media. Oh my god. It's on her Instagram or her Twitter. Technology in college. To get more sleep, turn off your phone or anything, unless you're using it for an alarm. But turn off your sound.
Studying, oh, that's another thing. If you're studying, turn this baby off. Like, I delete my social media when I'm studying because that's like a big distraction for me. Delete it, hide my phone.
Time consumer.
Study.
Yep. That's the one thing that will distract you in college, and you'll sleep better, you'll study better, and you want to make more memories by not being on social media. You want to actually talk to people instead of, you know, being like on your phone when you're like together. That's not the point. So I think, you know, make sure that you take a break at least maybe once or twice throughout the year from your social media so you can really enjoy the company of your friends. Wow, that was really added. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see ya in the next video. Dab on him, dab on him, dab on him. That was really cringy. Okay, bye.
Bye. Oh, that did not. Oh, no. Oh, dude.
She broke my shoe rack.
Look at all those chickens.
We're back. There's just like, let's not do that because of that.
Good,
ready? How we pretend to jump in, Ashley? No, wait. All we have to do, Ashley. What are we doing? We have to make sure we don't smack her gum. I didn't get it. My legs hard.
Yeah, I went really high and you went really low.
Yeah, just a little bit. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Did I break my bed? Wait, no. No, you didn't. No. No. No.
I literally don't know. I don't know. Like, did we?
Wait, get up.
Get up. Did we?
No.
No.
It's a little sweaty here.
I'm sweating. I told you.
Look at that. No. It's fine.
The way every time you said no. Oh, I didn't do the Ellis Joel thing. I always do the Ellis Joel. Do you want to try one more time? I felt like it was really cheesy. Just like be yourself. Just be yourself and be like, just be weird. That's the best. No, it's okay, I'm literally funny. My neighbors are probably gonna think we're crazy.
We are, so.
Okay. We're gonna be talking about. Nope, I forgot what it's called.
Nope.
We don't.
She the one that I couldn't be for you. Is she the one?